Okay, so my name is Ayush Sharma, and I am from MEA Worldwide. So thank you so much, Dana, for giving us your time, and
Oh, thank you.
congratulations on the success of first season of Home Before Dark. It is creating a lot of buzz. So my first question for you is that, uh, see, if I see your, I go through your IMDb profile. So your the screenplays or the stories that you have written are generally comedy,
hmm
romance comedy. So why Home Before Dark? What was something that intrigued you in the story?
It's so interesting that you say that because I always think about all of my work as just what I love and what I care about and what I do next. But you're right, I sort of broke from comedy at the point at which I did Home Before Dark. And Home Before Dark has a lot of joke, it has levity to it. It has a good sense of humor, but it's not like a straight comedy. I think for me, it was about wanting to sort of go a little deeper emotionally with characters. I've always written from the standpoint of characters. I care the most about people, humans, and who they are and why they act the way they do. All of my comedy before was really sort of like about people being weird and doing weird things because they're weird. So it was character studies. I have like sort of a true crime podcast addiction. And so in all of my spare time, I was writing these hilarious comedies. And in all my spare time, I was listening to these like horrific murder podcasts. And I kind of was like, oh, that's sort of become like a 10,000 hours thing where I'm like an expert in this. And so I was kind of in that world and I was really obsessed with Serial at the time. And that was one of the first sort of true crime podcasts that everybody got excited about. And I wanted to make a TV show that felt like that, where it was like, oh my God, what's happening next? I have to have the next episode. I have to have the next episode. So when my producing partner, Joy, found this incredible real girl named Hildy Leshak, who was a 9-year old investigative journalist and who went back to her father's hometown and scooped the local paper on a murder, and everybody told her she was crazy and told her to sit down and shut up and she should go back to having tea parties. I just thought, what an extraordinary story that this little girl didn't listen, that she actually just kept going. And it turned out she was right. She had scooped a murder. And this wasn't an accident. And so I was just so hooked from the perspective of I was a young girl who wanted to be more adult. I wanted adults to take me seriously, and nobody ever did. People were constantly patting me on the head, telling me like I was a good little girl, and it drove me insane. And I grew up loving Amblin movies that were huge and fun and adventurous, and they almost all had male protagonists or young boy protagonists. And I thought, let's do it for a girl. Let's give little girl this bigger stage, and not because she has extraordinary abilities, like she's not a fire starter or anything. She's just extraordinary because she works hard and she doesn't give up. And so that was sort of the reason I was like, oh, I'm hooked. I can't help myself. I love this story so much. And then, I actually was working on the movie Cruella for Disney, which is about to come out. And I worked on that for about a year and a half, and it was incredibly interesting to sort of see the way you can make something that the whole family will like. That, and it's not by being universal; it's by being specific. So even though you're very specific about the young character, I was hoping that Hildy could be the access character for everyone, including men and boys. So that was kind of the impetus behind all of it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time, Dana. And I
Thank you so much for
all the
being
best.
here.
All the best for the season 2. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I so
Thank
appreciate
you.
you.
Thank
Take
you.
care.